Cam'ron and Mase just humiliated Dame Dash. This is a viral video right here, man. They just humiliated this guy. Embarrassing.
Killer was good, man.
How you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, man. Today I almost cried thinking about you, man.
Cam started crying, man.
For real, how you doing these days, man?
I see you every day. This morning, I literally see you every day. So just this morning, you about to...
Cam going up against me is like Fredo going up against Michael Corleone. He's Cameo.
Yo, just this morning you gonna cry for me?
Yeah, man.
Right, man.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. Well, I'm good.
You never told me about you and Big L and Dame being in the car.
I was on my way to the hill, me, him, and Big L. And I made a left on Amsterdam into a checkpoint, and I didn't have a license. But at that time, they didn't really always lock you up, but they sometimes did. So I was like, yo, I think I can get out of this, but I'm just letting y'all know I got 3 bricks in the car, but I'll wear it.
Wow, yeah, yo, I seen that. I didn't know me, Big L, and Dame was in the car together.
Cam started crying, man. And he told us right then and there that he would put himself in PC. Dad, I'm putting myself in PC. Me and Big L like, what? What?
I didn't even know that me, Big L, and Dame have ever been in the car together.
Oh, man.
You know what's crazy? I was going to save that for my show because I didn't want to get into this. I really didn't want to get into it.
Yeah, I was going to mind my business, but I saw Mo with the popcorn. I said, so he's taking my part,
hey,
boss.
I've never, look at Mo got the
I'm not going to talk with Flea.
So we went to the side and was like, you know, afterwards we were laughing, but we were like, I was like, I will never hustle with him. He's a ball player and he does music. So I never really, he's a civilian. But you can't be saying you the best that ever did it in Harlem and you never sold drugs. And if you had to go to Ohio after you was a rapper, that's not the best that ever did.
Damn, you too old to be talking like you're a YN. You know you wasn't no YN. Damn, you lying. Damn, you lying, boy.
How dare you say some shit like that?
Nah, I'm gonna say for totally, but I didn't know that nigga was such a liar. Like, you know how your man is your man, so you probably don't be annoyed. Like you that's your man. You be like, nah, you just hate us. I didn't know this nigga a lot like that, man. Yeah. First of all, let me tell you something. And last I'm tell you to talk Flea, but Mase know.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, bro. Big L is not your man. This whole shit don't even make no sense. First of all, I'll say this real quick because we got to move on. Me, you, and Big L going to get drugs or riding around Harlem don't even sound right. Big L didn't fuck with you. I tried to plug you into Big L when you wanted to sign him when he started his own label, Flamboyant. And y'all was trying to sign him. But Big L brother, Big Lee and Reg, they didn't like you. If you had 3 bricks in the car, or you was on the way to get 3 bricks in the car, on the way to get bricks, whatever fucking lie you told, story you told, you wouldn't have made it home. Big L lines niggas. Mase, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You lying me.
Damn.
So,
Yo, Big
you
L.
got a point there.
That's right.
Yeah, you quick on your feet.
Big L lines niggas like barbers, my nigga. You wouldn't have made it home, my nigga. Stop. Yo, it's really, you going out bad, bro. Stop lying, my nigga. Me, you, and Big L have never been nowhere to get no work or had no work or stopped in a checkpoint or nothing, my nigga. You going out bad, but I'll just sit on talk with Flea Murder. But yeah, man, you might need to say a prayer for me.
Yeah.
Larry, what did you have to say about this? If y'all don't know, y'all keep bringing Larry's name up. He'd be like, yeah, I gave you Larry.
I put you with Larry.
Pause.
Because your show, you're sitting next to Larry. I introduced you to Larry.
Man, I got a lot, but a little.
First of all, Dame, you met Larry through Noriega.
Right.
So is Noriega supposed to be mad that Larry was starting to do business with Dame? So is Nori mad?
You know, you have the ultimate respect for the guy. You know, he accomplished a lot. But then, you know, some of the stuff I didn't like is that, you know, some of the lies, like when him saying, I'm the reason why he got sued.
But what happened was Larry and I and Muddy Waters, the people that are suing me now, we all threw down on a movie and there was a disagreement of some sort. And this is the reason why I have all these lawsuits now. And I don't like the way Larry did his business and he hung up on me.
I have nothing to do with the reason why Dame got sued. One of my biggest problems with Dame when I was doing business was, and I did do business with Dame, I have receipts. I paid Dame for his services. I think I was late one time, and he got mad at me. He's like, yo, he tried to cook. Oh man, you was late. Da, da, da. And I was only late because I was helping him with Honor Up because Lionsgate didn't give him any budget to promote unless he lied to me, right? So as a friend, I looked out and I flew his crew out to Vegas and did all of that. So that's one thing I didn't like, and that's a complete lie. Now, what pissed me off even more is that I did a movie with Dame. I put up $52,000. That shit is like poof, vamoose. It left. And that's where we had a falling out, and he got mad at me on the phone because he was talking greasy to me and I hung up on him. And ever since that point, he says I do bad business because I hung up on him. And as a man, I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me greasy. Just because I don't act like I'm tough or do this, doesn't mean I ain't prepared for war. You know what I'm saying? If Dame was in my face, I mean, it would have probably been a different, because it's not cool, because he talks about respect, but on that phone call, he didn't give any respect. So that was my way of saying, I'm not gonna tolerate this. I'm a grown man, I'm not a child, especially if I'm one of your peers.
So this was going on. Larry doesn't know anything about the movie business. Dame says, look, let's go three ways on the movie. 50,000 from me, 50,000 from Larry, and 50,000 from Dame, Larry, and Mike is the dude name.
Yeah.
Larry allocates the money to some lady that Dame tells him to allocate the money to. When Larry calls Dame and says, yo, I gave her the money, Dame said, you stupid motherfucker, why would you give her the money? She's stealing. Larry's like, yo.
Dame don't know how to talk to nobody. I know that's what he said. Cam'ron not lying.
I don't know this lady. You gave me her number and told me to give the money to her. I don't know nothing about movies. You dumb motherfucker. Why would you say you stupid? Da 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 da. So Larry hangs up. So then he hits me and was like, yo, Cam, we not speaking to Larry. I said, why? He said, because he hung up on me. I said, bro, everybody don't want your verbiage. Fuck that. We not speaking to him.
So everyone I brought around Larry, I was like, yo, I'm not f***ing with Larry. But you decided I'm going to f*** with him anyway. And then, because we were supposed to be doing Pink Mink, y'all decided to do business without me. That's called backdooring somebody. And I want you to tell me about.
That's not backdooring nobody. If you're the commentator, if you're the one that's always starting the trouble, if you're the one that can't work with nobody, nobody's going to work with you, Dame. And this is every circle that Dame be a part of. He's always the common denominator. Dame don't know how to talk to nobody. Dame ain't got no respect. Everybody you hear talk about Dame that ever rubbed shoulders with Dame Dash, they all say the same thing. You don't have any respect for nobody. What May say? We not your little niggas.
Your loyalty game. How that's loyal. But when somebody disrespects me, you still work with them. They become your best friend. You have a show, you have a platform. Larry, you could tell your side, but you tell me how that's any kind of loyal.
Larry was paying you $5,000 a month to post weed on your page. That's a lie. You ain't Snoop Dogg, nigga. You ain't Wiz Khalifa. You ain't down with the smokers. Like, you ain't one of them in the smokers unit with all the niggas who be getting high. That's a lot of money for you just to post some weed.
Yeah. I put you in Paid in Full. I put you on Rockefeller. I put you with Larry. I have made fire! I brought you to Las Vegas and introduced you to Larry while we were making the A-Track record. That's another project we did that actually was on the radio, but for some reason we didn't want to promote that either. I just don't know why, but I did it because I didn't want to see your legacy go.
Boom. Let's move on to A-Track. He talking about ain't supporting A-Track album. One day Dame like, yo, this nigga ain't A-Track, he's nice, da 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 da. I'm like, all right, cool. Dame got an ear. He know what's going on. Let's do it. A-Track come to my house. This probably 2013, 14. I got a studio in my house. He come to my house. This word to everything I love. I'm cooking. I'm doing songs. I'm cooking. I'm doing songs. I'm in the middle of shuffling. You can ask anybody who there. Rocky, Dame's wife, his assistant, they all still around. Ask him. I'm shuffling, doing songs. I cooked a full course meal and knocked out 7 songs in like an hour and a half. 7 songs, and cooked everybody food, sandwiches, all that. That's me. That's how well-rounded I am. Dave can't deny. You ask him about it, he tell you. He like, damn, Cam, you in here doing rhymes and cooking and yeah, man, take a turkey wing, man. Get a lamb chop, man. Let me go on the boost with these bars. And you dropping fire like that, boom, yeah, cool. I knocked the whole album out, maybe 2 trips. When Dame was there, it was cool. The album was cool. As soon as Dame leave, A-Track, and he my duty, all that, he's cool. Me and him, I have no problems. But he becomes all artsy. Do you think that if we put the snare where the treble should be, and then boom, we get another beat, A-Track, the done. Yo, what are you talking about? I put a marvelous masterpiece together while I was cooking.
Facts.
I think we should get this person.
I put all this music together. You talking about a damn snare. Bro, come on, man. You just see me cook and then work. Man, yo. I could kind of tell how the industry is behind the scenes because ninjas are like that in the real world. Like that's out of the industry. Ninjas are like that in your day-to-day life.
Person on something. All right, bet, do what you want. I gave you the boss. 2 years passed. Like, yo, let's freshen up the album. All right, cool. Go in the studio again. We go in the studio again in
It's
my
nitpicky.
crib. I knocked some more shit out for the nigga. He got some features on there now. All right, cool. I knocked it out again 2 years later. He calls me again, A-Track. Well, you think? I think if I get this other beat, man, do what you want to do. I don't even know you like that. I'm not being cool, A-Track. I want to brush him off like I don't know him now. Another 2 years come back. We in Vegas now. Yo, Larry got a studio in Vegas. Let's go there and knock the A-Track out. Again? It's 5 years. All right, bet. Fine. Go to the studio, man. Fuck it. It's 5 years done pass. I knock it out again. Some more shit. A-Track called me about 18 months later talking about, you want to do? No, I don't want to do nothing else, man. No. I knocked it out the first 48. But you want to keep doing shit over and over and over. Then when I hear the final, he calls me another 2 years. So now the album is like 9 years old. He calls me and says, yo, I think I got distribution. Man, I don't give a fuck about that album, man. The fuck you talking about we got distribution? Man, don't do whatever with that shit. It's a decade old. I don't give a fuck. I want you to hear it. Now he's sending me the album. He got my lyrics over beats that I didn't rhyme to. You know, I be trying to finesse their own beat to my lyrics, and they sound nasty. I'm like, yo, man, shit ain't even on beat. People do that now on Instagram, be sending me my freestyles to their beats, and I be like, man, I ain't retweeting that, reposting that. Shit trash. A-Track got my motherfucking lyrics with some fucking Caribbean beat that I never even fucking heard. Shit ain't even matching. I don't like that album because, first of all, to me, the lyrics are outdated. Secondly, my lyrics are not going to the beat. It's not matching. And Dame talking about, yo, you gonna post it? No! So if you wanna know why I didn't promote, those are the reasons. A decade-old album, because your man A-Track, and he's my man too now, kept waiting and wanted to be too artistic and too creative. And you know who's pop right now? You know who's pop? Being artistic? Ooh. Salt Babe, this nigga doing all this. That's what A-Track did. You kept doing this. And shit got stale.
Sometimes you just gotta put it out. See, if you hold something and try to perfect it too much, you'll mess it up. You'll be in your own head. Sometimes you got to keep that balance.
Yeah, and it got stale, and I didn't want to be a part of it. So that's why I didn't promote A-Track album or Honor Up. I didn't like either one of the projects. Not saying I didn't like the people in it.
Then he gets that Honor Up, and it's a lie what he said. It was a lie. So I'm like, why is he lying? And then I'm like, he knows Mook is in there. Pause. In the movie, Smoke Dizza, my OG Daniel, Black, my whole crew. So you trying to diss my whole crew and make what they did whack, but everybody else says it's good. It was in the New York Times. Kanye gave the illest fucking premiere and everyone said it was, everyone has said that. Why would you say that?
Promote it. I'm saving you by not promoting it. Shit was nasty. You my man. I ain't gonna let you go outside like that. All them other niggas who let you go outside like that, they ain't your man. To me, this has been one big setup. I will say that. I think this whole from the jump is a setup, bro. Dame is beefing with 50 Cent on the internet. I bump into 50 Cent. 50 Cent sees me and be like, Killer, what's up, nigga? Getting some money. You know, oh, nigga, what you used to do back in the days, pat nigga pocket, you getting that money? Cool. Me and 50 good. We ain't got no problem. Dame calls me and says, yo, I seen 50. How you gonna let him pap you? This is verbatim what Dame said. I'm telling the audience verbatim. Yo, I seen 50, you and 50. How you gonna let them pap your pockets? That ain't Harlem.
We not, Harlem niggas don't do the Pat Pat Club. When you see niggas from Harlem, just give them a pound.
You down with the Pat Pat Club?
We not in the Pat Pat Club.
How you down with the Pat Pat?
The Pat Pat Club, the Pat Pat Club. Why Dame Dash think he everybody OG? You are not everybody's OG, bro. People do not have to follow your league or whatever you say. Go. No, it don't work like that. He pulled the shotgun shug on Cam'ron.
Don't do the Pat Pat Club. When you see niggas from Harlem, just give them a pound.
You down with the Pat Pat Club?
We not in the Pat Pat Club.
How you down with the Pat Pat Club? Letting niggas pat your pockets.
Yo, why he giving you the Pat Pat?
I said, Dame, you crazy, whatever, man. However you want to say it's crazy, man. He says, me and 50 going through something on the internet right now. You mind if I bring that up and say that he was paying your pockets? I said, Dame, I don't give a fuck. Now, mind you, pause this story right there. If you going to say something about 50 cents, what are you calling me for to get my okay if you're beefing with 50 cents? You shouldn't even have to call me about that if you're going to be talking about 50 cents. Dame gets on the blog and says, yeah, and this nigga Cam let 50 Cent smack him on the ass.
You know, 50 patted him on his hips twice. He gave him a pat pat. So I'm like, yo, why you smacking Cam on his ass like that? Pause, like what in this environment?
Not the
Bro, I got respect for the relationship that 50 Cent and Cam'ron, they came together and actually they grown. Like, yo, we grown men now. We're not about to be doing this kiddie 2004 or 2005 shit. We grown now. We got families. Bro, I respect that, bro. Dame Dash on some other shit. He trying to little boy everybody. He not slick.
Pap Pap Club, not the pockets, which Cam, that ain't Harlem. How you let a nigga smack you in the ass? But then again, what you supposed to do when a big, strong come over and slap you on the ass? I'm like, bro, that's not what I agreed for you to say. So when he said it, I'm like, yo, why would he say that? I called and asked you. I asked you, could I say that? That's not what you asked, could you say? Because I wouldn't agree to that. I did not agree to that. But I didn't say anything. I ignored it. I ignored the whole shit. I just didn't pick up the phone for the nigga because I'm like, so now after that, he does another interview.
And you letting 50 smack you on the hips?
Dame Dash feel like he could little bro Cam'ron because he did him a favor back then when he was trying to get out that record deal with Koch. And he put him on Rockefeller. Now he feel like he could disrespect it. That's why I always say, watch who you let ninjas do a favor for you. Don't let anybody do a favor for you. They will hold, the wrong person will hold it over your head forever. They would feel like they could disrespect you anytime. They would feel like they could talk to you any type of way. They feel like they could just talk about you. And that's Dame Dash. Being though that he got Cam'ron out of that deal a long time ago, he feel like he could just say and do anything to him. Just like he put Cam'ron and his girl in that movie without their permission. Just like, yeah, get in here. Just put the cameras on them. That's wrong, bro.
And y'all chilling? Something must be going on.
Nah, man.
A Harlem nigga never lets anybody smack him on the hips, on the ass. Not even in ball, be like, yo, stop, chill, don't smack me on my ass.
I've never known Dame to be a liar, but the way he was mixing the truth with the lies, bro, that's really, really, really disappointing to see how he was mixing the lies with the truth. And I'm like, bro, I ain't know this nigga was a liar too. He never lied, man. Once I said I didn't like Honor Up, this nigga got personal. But to me, it was all a setup anyway. Bro, I ignored you for wild interviews, and then I say Honor Up is whack, and he go on this campaign.
I think the narrative should be stop talking about Damon so much if you don't want to hear Damon talk.
You come talking about me with an eye patch and no top teeth. I gotta take it easy.
But do remember, I will have teeth next week. Holla.
So I think it's good for him. I think the internet nowadays is therapy for him. And he turned into the chatty patty that he told everybody else not to be. He probably can't afford to go to therapy right now. So this is probably good for him because he needs therapy.
You know, Cam had Fendi call me yesterday, FaceTime, because he found out, he didn't know I'm the chairman of Revolt right now, but I think he knew I had a show coming and he wanted to be the executive producer. First of all, Fendi, no disrespect, but he don't have a mustache. So I said, Fendi, I don't trust niggas that don't have a mustache, especially dark-skinned niggas.
First of all, he don't got a mustache. I don't trust it who ain't got no mustache.
From Brooklyn. But also, Cam plays too much.
So if he's the chairman of Revolt, or if he thinks he's the chairman of Revolt, I just think he's a man sitting in a chair. You see, at the end of the day, if you how the chairman, you the chairman, and everybody in the building got more money than you. So you just want the title boss. The janitor, the secretaries, everybody in the cubicles, programming, marketing. What you want? You want to ask them for lunch money? You are the brokest boss ever. But you're not even the boss. But I'm just saying, how you the boss and you can't get to work? You ain't got no money to get to work. Congratulations. Dame's problem for the last 15 years is that he wants to be the talent because he feels the talent that he got over the years doesn't look out for him. So now he's like, I'm the talent. I'm Billy Pablo. I'm the rock and roll star. Nah, I got my own show, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And to be honest with you, Dame's talent is finding talent, not being the talent. That's his talent. Not being the talent, finding the talent. So that's why I be looking at it and they be like, yo, shit viral, shit is viral. Viral is not always a good thing. Just being viral for being a goofy, we'll just be laughing at you, nigga. Don't compare the word viral with cool. That's two totally different things. So as far as him being the chairman, I don't give a fuck.
How do you feel right now? Is this the point of no return? And I'm not asking for right now, I'm asking for what you think about later.
Nah, I'm at the point of no return. I'm at that point because this was totally unnecessary. For me, it was totally unnecessary. The way it went about, for me, it didn't have to be public. It didn't have to be all this. I hate repeating how this started. I didn't pick the phone up. All I did was not pick the phone up and you keep going on the internet looking for internet sympathy.
As I've always said, I don't trust dudes. In the Bible, the closest person to Jesus killed them. And it always happens that your best friend is the one that the person you've given the most to hates you the most for some reason.
There's two things I'm sorry I did for Nate. Set up his Instagram, which he probably would have caught on later in life, and have him start smoking weed. Since he started smoking weed, he's not the same person.
I thought Biggie did that.
Yeah.
I was saying to myself, I was like, damn, I don't remember Dame Dash smoking weed like that back in the day. Like, I don't remember him just broadcasting it like that. But now it's like, wow, I do see a day like, yo. Now I don't see no difference. He was talking mad shit to people back in the day too. But yeah, I don't remember him smoking like that back in the day.
Or later in life, and have him start smoking weed. Since he started smoking weed, he's not the same person.
I thought Biggie did that.
Yeah.
I thought he was smoking with Biggie.
Whatever, I smoke a lot, so it wasn't no big deal to me. But I'm a functional. I've been smoking since I was 16, longer than that, 15, 16, playing basketball, doing everything else. It don't affect me the same way I see it affects him, to where he needs it. Like,
you just said there's no point of return, so there's really no need of me asking you. You felt you did nothing wrong in this whole situation, right?
Absolutely not, because it isn't like me and Dame haven't had disputes before. We've had disputes, but nobody ever knew that. Nobody ever knew that. When me and Dame, not saying our relationship been perfect from beginning to end, when we got problems, you never heard no problems from me, because all I did was just not pick the phone up. I didn't run to the internet. But he kept going on and on and on. And then on top of that, all I said was, I don't like Honor Up. I'm being honest with you. Shout out to Daniel Murder Mook, y'all my name Smoke this, all that. I don't like the movie. I don't like it. Then this whole avalanche came of trying to defame my character, trying to diss me, everything else. It would have been cool for me if he would have been like, all your movies is whack. Some of the shit he said, you ain't have no hit record since you stopped with me, which is not true. You know where the shit got personal for me? Is when he was like, Cam ain't confrontational, this, that, third. So-and-so punched him in his face. I'm like, damn, you too? That's what you want? Just bring up all this shit with me. Niggas talk about my victories. They talk about 2-3 L's I took in my life. And I don't got no problem with that. That's cool. It come with the game. I'm straight with that. Because it's a bunch of ass whippings I done gave out on several different occasions. I don't got no problem with that. But for it to come from Dame, you got some deep hate pores inside that you've been wanting to spew out. And when he said that, I knew it was.
And you could tell when somebody been saving up something from you. It could be your closest friends. You could tell whenever y'all get into a little spat, it's something minor. They'll do a low blow. They'll go to the edge like, bro, what? What made you say that? What made you go that low, bro? They been holding it in the whole damn time they been with you. They been holding it in the whole damn, what made you go that low? Wow. Some people be holding in that stuff. I'm telling you, you got to be careful.
It's personal. And that's when I said, all right, let's do personal.
He said, all right, let's do personal. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Mase and Cam'ron humiliating Dame Dash, man. Make sure y'all get the likes up and subscribe. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.